Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron here, the Net Bible, the New English translation. I've done like a review on the Net Bible. I'll probably need to do another one since they've come out with an update of the Net Bible. So this is a really neat edition. Now, one of the things people really like about the Net Bible is that it has a ton of translator notes in it. Like over 60,000 translator notes. This one, to my knowledge, does not have all the translator notes in it, but it does have Nelson's comfort print. So this is just a good edition to have if you want to know what the Net Bible is. I may do some comparisons with the King James. I may do that on a separate video. We will see. And it's basically the Dan Wallace Bible. Now, he's not the only one. There was about 25 scholars, but Dan Wallace kind of led the charge. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. Thomas Nelson, Y2K Denmark, which is basically the comfort print, and features of the Net Bible. To the reader, this is kind of a King James kind of thing. And so the New English translation is the newest complete translation of the Bible in English, clear and readable, elegant and accurate. The Net was produced by a team of the world's leading biblical scholars working from the best available manuscripts. You'll notice Dan Wallace, does that. Now, he has gone to great lengths to not have his name associated with this particular Bible. For whatever reasons he has. And this is what it looks like. So, I've got floating around a couple different Net Bibles. I've probably got a beta edition, which was when it first came out. I've got one after that, if I remember, and then this one. So they keep updating it. It's like Chuck Swindoll says, the Net Bible's a Bible you can trust. Joel B. Green, Fuller, the Net belongs within arm's reach. Beth Moore, it's a rare day of study that I don't consult my Net Bible. So, really well done. Holy Bible on the cover, by the way, is just a little low for me. It doesn't look like it centers. Take up and read. Tolle lege, tolle lege. Is what Augustine was said to have heard. So the Net Bible translation team, here we go. And I was looking on that. I'm not sure I saw, was it on that or was it online, that I saw Dan Wallace's name anywhere, excuse me. And I'm not sure, he may have passed the baton. He may have just been involved with its initial inception. Let's see if his name is anywhere. But you'll notice a lot of Dallas theological, like Robert P. Chisholm, Dorian Coover Cox. Obviously, Dan Wallace is from Dallas. Gordon Johnston, Dallas. Stephen Sanchez, Dallas. Somebody counted, and one of these, there was like 21 different people from Dallas or something. See if we have any more. A lot of these don't say where they're from. Here's Gregory Herrick from Dallas. Here's Dan Wallace, General Letters and Revelation. There's Dan Wallace's name. But a lot of other places like Cambridge and Oxford, University of Aberdeen, University of Sheffield, Catholic University of America, Columbia University, Eugene H. Merrill. He's really good. I didn't realize he was at Columbia. Dropsy College, Richard, which I've heard of Dropsy. I have no idea what it is. Brandeis University, CMA, Brandeis University. Most of these people have PhDs. Here's one from Hebrew Union College, Jewish. Second edition translators, editors, and consultants. Frank Walton, Brian Seagraves, Holmiard, Davis, Webster, and Keithley. not trying to mispronounce that. So here we come into the Old Testament. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And, real readable. It's very nice size. The Bible itself. We'll, Lord willing, remember to measure that before we end. I was thinking about in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. King James, almost every other translation, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Better sheath. Obvious it's plural. Why did they translate it singular? Because the King James translators were looking at the Bible as this anointed document that didn't contain errors. And they're like, so there's 3 heavens mentioned in Scripture. You've got heaven in verse 1, then you've got the astronomical and the atmospheric heavens mentioned later. So it has to be heaven. So it must be indicating a plural of majesty. That the heavens, and so they would translate it as such based on a high view of Scripture. A lot of people miss that. They're just like, well, there's a mistranslation. No, it's really, and that's how a lot of people that don't understand how the King James translators translated constantly accuse them of error when they were translating it as the words of God, which could not be contradicted. They were not looking at it as old Canaanite mythologies and things such as that. So, that's just the way it is. Now, when it says working the best manuscripts, who knows if they're really the best manuscripts? It does have excellent in-text headers, doesn't have headers at the top. Again, very readable. I think it's 8.125 print. Doesn't have introductions to the books. Let's see if there's anything in the back. There's a Bible reading plan, and there are Nelson's new maps, which I really like. But Nelson hasn't been in the vanguard of maps for a very long time. So this is the Net Bible Pew and Worship Edition. Now, online, it's free. And this was kind of their deal. They wanted to do it free. And with the advent of the internet, they hit a home run with the name. And like the New King James, making access in other editions, which Lord willing, I've got a review coming on one with the full translator's notes, that makes people feel like they're an active part of the translation, and it gives them assurance for accuracy, even if it doesn't. 8.6 inches high by 5.55 inches wide by only 1.2 inches in length. This is just an excellent size Bible. I'll show it compared to my Cambridge large print text only, and you can see that it compares very favorably. It's just a little thinner, it's a little smaller. Now it looks like it has a sewn binding. We're going to see if it opens flat in Genesis, which is a sign many times of a sewn binding. So let's take a look at that. Let's see if it lays flat in Genesis. Yeah. So, a normal hardback glued's not going to stay like that. So, it's going to be mostly, minority text readings. It's not going to be like Textus Receptus. Let's just see. Let's go to Matthew 17:21. Now, what a lot of the translations have been doing is they've been putting like a lot of the ones that have been traditionally taken out of the text. They've been reinserting it, but having it in brackets. But this kind coming out by prayer and fasting is not there. It just goes from 1720 to 1722. Let's do 1811. Yeah, it just goes from 1810 to 1812. You can do that with 23:14. Some of you may be watching for the first time. You didn't realize all these verses are out of modern translations, or most of them. Yeah, like it just goes from verse 13 to verse 15. So yeah, it's going to be using, obviously, what's called the minority text. But some would consider them the best manuscripts. There's not. I've done other videos on why they're not the best manuscripts and on and so forth. So the Net Bible, Pew and Worship, and I get asked questions about the Net Bible constantly. So just thought I'd do a review on that and then give you some other things about the translation itself. I may do an updated review on the Net Bible itself. So God bless. Talk with you later in Jesus' name.